Hi, everybody. Glad to have you being here on a not so bad day weather-wise in the neighborhood. Yeah, some clouds, some showers, and some 70s to follow that tomorrow. Carrying with it the trend of showers and thunderstorm chances throughout every single day of your 7-day. Take the good with the bad, shall we? Headlines tonight will include the next installment, even though I played a teaser of it before I left you on Friday. We're going to start a 3, 4, 5-part series of an interview. I'm not sure how long it will be, but every night until we're done. With Miss Zoe Howard, who, as I told you Friday, she and her band Yellow Line had released a new album, 5 tracks on it, and we've already played one, and I might even play again. Tonight we'll play another and sit down, and as we had a nice little chat this Monday before she went back to the University of Pikeville. So stay tuned for that, Sayersville City Council coverage, and a host of other information to pass along to you tonight, and some important news. And we'll start off on a state-related note tonight, where it will be sometime, I am sure, as per standard operating procedure, before we know the identities of those lost. But state officials, including the governor, Representative Andy Barr as well, announcing today that they had been made aware of the loss of several U.S. service members which were killed in attacks in Iran, related to, of course, the ongoing situation there. 6 of those, of the most initial ones that lost their lives defending our country, were said to be Kentucky soldiers who were stationed at Fort Knox. That's really all we know. It's been Operation Epic Fury since it began, and right now they and everyone else in Kentucky asking for prayers for their families, as they will be bringing them back to their homes in the near future. Again, their identities, any other information about how, where, and otherwise they were killed has not been released by the government as of yet. Tornado drill tomorrow. It's that time of year, 10:07 in the morning. So just to let you know, it is still scheduled. Statewide tornado drill that will be observed, of course, I suspect in many, if not most, all schools and otherwise, as they are trying to remind everyone, as we, of course, just recognize the all-important anniversary of March the 2nd, 2012, the chances of severe weather year-round, but certainly as well this time of year. Statewide tornado drill in the morning, 10:07. I had a rough day yesterday for the show, as I explained last evening. Otherwise, I would have had a report on the Kentucky Public Service Commission's approval of a rate increase for Kentucky Power. And this came out over the course of the weekend in the final report, which was released. The good news is it's not 15 or near 15% that Kentucky Power had initially requested. We pretty much knew that it wasn't going to be, but it is still an increase of almost 6%, which will equate to an average customer, and I am anything but an average customer, as we use a lot of electricity, residential and commercially here, but an average residential bill will go from about $183 to almost $195. And then after that 5.87% increase, that we'll see that happen very, very soon on your bills, there will be another increase of about 0.75% next year, unrelated to that request, but for a DTL rider that as I understand, Kentucky Power has requested. Regardless, the average residential bill could have seen an increase of about $27.50 a month had they received the nearly 16% that they were requesting. Now, in addition to approving this near 6% increase, the Public Service Commission is also telling Kentucky Power that they have to have an independent management audit done on the company to look at their operations and how they come to make any and all movements business-wise, as well as the correspondence and relationship that they maintain between American Electric Power, their parent company. The chair of the Public Service Commission says that this is largely due to a decline of population in eastern Kentucky, for everyone paying more, giving some numbers out that over the past nearly decade and a half, there's been an almost 40% decline in industrial power consumption, as we've seen about 12,000 less residential customers, and fewer customers mean those of us who are still here are paying more for our electric. Hatton also said that, quote, in this consideration of this increase, they had listened to emotional pleas at public comment hearings from ratepayers who are angry and scared of the additional financial hardship caused by any potential increase, and that the PSC must balance the interest of fair rates for all customers with the realities of the cost of providing reliable electric service and issue a decision based on the evidence presented and within the laws that govern rates. Local news will start after these messages. For most of us, looking forward to spring means dreading asthma and allergy symptoms that can range from mild to wild. But you can breathe easier with medications and recommendations by those you trust the most. The team at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. Ranked in the very top 10% of the top 150 Kentucky workers' compensation attorneys for Social Security, disability, SSI, personal injury, or workers' compensation, if your working days are over, meet Grover. 888-9-GROVER or locally 349-2065. Election season is here, and we are a one-stop sign and advertising shop. Campaign commercials for TV, for the internet, print advertising in 2 publications. Yard signs, bumper stickers, business cards, shirts, caps, banners, all in-house, all premium quality, all local, with no minimums to purchase. Call Independent Signs and Mortimer Media Group today, 349-2915. B&B Discount Tobacco has moved just down the street beside the Magafa County Rescue Squad. New location, new and improved drive-through, new products, more inventory, more reasons to stop by B&B Tobacco 7 days a week. A new year often means new inspirations, new goals, a new focus on your health and well-being, and nowhere is that more important than Fraser's Prater Drugstore. From healthy resolutions to a fresh start without smoking, to a fresh batch of cookies just in from the daily bread, to some incredible comfort food at the counter. Step in and let us remind you why we'll always be your oldest hometown pharmacy. Fraser's Prater Drugstore, downtown Salyersville.
Atrial fibrillation is one of the more common rhythms we see.
AFib is an arrhythmia of the heart where the top part of the heart is beating erratically and out of sync with the bottom part of the heart.
The electrophysiology service is made up of a team of healthcare providers, and that includes an electrophysiology lab where we're able to do procedures to help repair heart rhythm problems. When a patient becomes heart rhythm free, it can really restore their life.
ARH, more for Appalachia.
The Salyersville City Council's regular monthly meeting time would be next Monday. They did meet in special session last evening for largely a presentation on the beautification project. This project has been 4.5 years in the making since it was first announced here at the Health Department. I can recall that under Mayor Shepard, that's when Hal Rogers was here to announce the money that was going to total about $1.2 million to beautify the Mountain Parkway, the gateway to the mountains, as it has since been referred to more often than not. And it does appear that after all of this time, bids are going to be let on this project as soon as next week.
But we're ready to put it on the street to advertise the project. It needs to be advertised locally. It will go to Lexington to Lynn Imaging, be advertised through their sources. Contractors check with their sources. You will have a set of plans here at City Hall. Eric will have a set of plans. We'll have a set of plans. Contractors can come and look at those plans. They can go online. They can look at all of them in a PDF. If they're interested in bidding, then they can pay a fee and download and actually have Lynn print them a set. So lots of ways that we'll get our contractors interested. I would say if you know of anyone locally that's a fairly good landscaping company, I think it would be really nice to have someone somewhat locally. We just bid a much smaller project down in Whitesburg. We did get a local contractor from Eastern Kentucky to do the project. I was happy about that. And took a lot of, letting people know that the project was advertised and ready to go out to bid.
Bell Engineering representatives as well of the Big Sandy ad, Mr. Eric Ratliff, both confirmed that they will be advertising for bids starting next week. They'll be published in the Salyersville Independent for a very unique project. Unique in the respect that It has a significant amount of trees, plants, vegetation, which the Kentucky Highway Transportation Cabinet was not, as was explained, all that eager about, but will make it very attractive to all those who travel through eastern Kentucky, Sagersville, and on the Mountain Parkway. A variety of species of plants, a lot of walls, wayfaring signs, and the like, which were all discussed and have been on numerous occasions to the City Council. The plans themselves, the blueprints, will be available for print at about $100 per set. They'll also be available for your viewing for potential bidders, contractors, and the like at Sagersville City Hall. This will be largely a project of two different types, a landscaping project and a masonry or concrete project as well, and will be bid out as such. It will not be taking into account or extending down Parkway Drive, but the $1.2 million will go to extreme beautification on the Mountain Parkway there, before, at, and on the other side of Red Light Number 1. I'll be right back with your next headline. Maybe a birthday wish first. Stay tuned.
90s Mixtape Live. Motown Philly's back again. Well, it's love that I need.
That thing. Oops, I did it again.
Rock your body, yeah.
Hard enough, and I will always love you.
'90s Mixtape Live.
Every single day for revolution.
Youth, experience, modern solutions to modern problems,
Proven solutions to legal problems.
an emerging face in the courtroom.
A known presence in the courtroom.
Together, we are multifaceted.
Together, we will do right by you.
If you are having any legal issues at all, just relax and call Max.
If a car wreck is causing you pain, just pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne.
SMB is proud to stand with you with what might be your very first and definitely last checking, savings, retirement, even Christmas Club account, along with consumer, auto, mortgage, business loans that you can easily manage from anywhere in the world with safe, secure mobile and online banking that comes from over 120 years of commitment to your financial life and well-being, today, tomorrow, and forever. Salyersville National. For home, farm, hillside, or anywhere you need it, A&W Tree Services offers professional tree and brush trimming, removal, and complete cleanup. They're experienced, insured, and have great references. Call for a free estimate, 496-9385 or 9442. A&W Tree Services. Next is tonight's calendar, brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau and your local agent, Doug Green. A few announcements, a bit belated tonight because of, it being a really tough Monday yesterday, as I mentioned on a couple of occasions. That's the last one, I think. But birthday announcements tonight, birthday wishes going out to Leanne Mead, which were called in for yesterday by her husband, Bill, who says, please wish Leanne the happiest of birthdays from Bill and Will and Holly and Sherry and Marvin, the happiest of birthdays to Miss Leanne Mead. Happy birthday to you. From there, just a reminder, the Water Into Wine Food Pantry has regular commodity dates for this month of March. Can you believe it? I'm kind of glad time's getting us caught up into March. I usually hate to see it go by so quickly, but bring on spring. Wednesday, tomorrow, March the 4th, from 9 to 11. Wednesday, the 18th of this month, 9 to 11. Senior Commodity Day is Thursday, the 19th, for our friends over at the Water Into Wine Food Pantry. From there, we'll go on to funeral service announcements for this evening, with services which have been set for this Thursday at 1 o'clock for Maxie Blair Powers, who we had just had the wonderful privilege of wishing a 104th birthday not so many days ago. Passed away peacefully on February the 27th. Born on February the 10th of 1922 to the late Johnny and Rosie Blair Colvin, she's survived by her girls, Betty Porter, Judy Conley, and Bonnie Ellis, sisters-in-law Maxine Blair and Shelby Blair, her grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and 8 great-great-grandkids. Maxie was preceded in death by her husbands, James LeMaster and Grant Powers, and her daughter, Diane. Funeral services will start Thursday at 1 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home Chapel. Friends can visit the funeral home Thursday after 10 in the morning, and the family wishes to express their heartfelt gratitude to the community, friends, and caregivers whose love, support, and kindness brought comfort and joy to Maxie's life. Lastly, tonight asked to have been read in loving memory for Saturday's program, or for Saturday on yesterday's program, my apologies, in loving memory of Michael McCarty, sadly missed by his mother, his daughters, Haley and Whitney Cantrell, and a host of family and friends. Dearly loved and missed a great deal. In loving memory of Michael McCarty.
Johnson Central High School stands alone in providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire state of Kentucky. This includes pathways in everything from the medical field to engineering, telemedia, welding, agriculture, and even aviation. And that's just to name a few of the 32 different choices. Work has also been started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. So now is the time for your child to experience the power of opportunities in Johnson County School.
I love working in the coal mines, even though it was hard work. But if you suspect you have black lung, you can't work anymore. You'll find out that filing for benefits is hard too. I had friends who give up after years of trying. If it hadn't been for Big Sandy Healthcare, I wouldn't even try myself. If you think you have black lung, call Big Sandy Healthcare and get the help you deserve.
It's a new year with new deals at Conley Tire in Staffordsville, like $100 back on new sets of Goodyears through February the 28th, and other specials on East Kentucky's best in-stock tire inventory. Conley's, your tire, wheel, and auto repair and maintenance HQ since 1982. In Staffordsville or at conleytire.net. These are actual recent images of local heating and cooling systems, residential and commercial. An example of 75% of all the calls that Ultimate Air responds to. Little or no maintenance, or sometimes someone else being paid to maintain a system. Prevent 75% of your breakdowns with preventative and actual maintenance by Ultimate Air. Locally owned, locally trusted.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Entertaining news to go out on tonight. Let's talk about some sporting news before we go any further. The 15th Region Tournament, of course, started last night, and we saw Prestonsburg and Central, the ladies, in the first round, where Johnson Central, of course, looking for another regional title, carrying with them their third 57th district title in a row into the region this year. They had an easy go over Prestonsburg, 64-30, and they will advance to the next round. Second game last night was the ladies from Pike Central and Betsy Lane. This was a 58-57 win for Betsy Lane, which literally came down to a set of free throws in the last second or less by, I think it was Shyla Kidd of Betsy Lane, who got fouled on the inbound and got to make 2 free throws as the clock ran out right after. And then those two, I think, or at least one of the two, made a 58-57 game in the end for Betsy Lane. I'm going to your weather forecast, but we're not going to the end of the show immediately thereafter. Zoe Howard's with me. Stay tuned, and I'll be right back with her. Well, after your weather forecast, which does have a lot of warmer air in it. I'm so glad to say I'm still trying to get a handle on just how much rain we could see, as we have chances of showers and or thunderstorms every day for the next 7. As far as the best chance for some thunderstorms or bumpy weather, that will be tomorrow night. More on that in a few seconds. 64 degrees today. Clouds have become a little less intense as of the 6 o'clock hour, where we're still at 62 at this time. And we're only dropping down to about 54 tonight, so it's going to be nice and it's going to be mild. It's also going to be mostly cloudy. Now, you saw a 50% chance of showers. Those aren't until after midnight, so what we were just looking at there, well to the northern part of certainly the viewing area and by Kentucky by and large, not really the moisture we're talking about, but later on after midnight we could see another wave of showers roll in. We've got a warm front coming through today that's giving us all this action. Warmer but wetter. That's the theme for now. For tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms are certainly possible. Pretty much a 60% chance tomorrow. 71 for your high, expected 57 for your low. I mean, mild air as far as temperatures are concerned, but just shower and some thunderstorm chances that we wish we could shake and really enjoy this setup. My, oh my. But it's not all that bad, and it's not going to be a washout. You look at total rainfall possibilities on the high end, I think between now and Thursday, when the bulk of this round of rain is going to be through here, probably a half inch at the most. So, like, again, it's not a whole lot of rain, but, it's just clouds and showers, which, I always put a, pardon the pun, a damper on things. So 71, 57 for your Wednesday, mostly cloudy. Watch your thunderstorm chances tomorrow afternoon. Thursday, we do hit the mid-70s. I think a 40% chance of showers in the morning, and then about a 30% chance of some showers, maybe thunderstorms Thursday night between like 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. So a little break in the action in there. Southwesterly winds will be kicking up anywhere to 20 miles per hour at times on your Thursday, and 76 degrees. So I think we'll see partly sunny and a decent day, a little breezy, and we will hope to be open at Henry's Hot Dog Company. I haven't made the call yet for tomorrow. We're still on the fence. We'll get that out there as soon as we can, but definitely Thursday, Friday, two hopefully good days. 76, partly sunny Thursday. Friday, I mean, it is shorts and tees. Maybe break the flip-flops out if you want. 80 degrees, mostly sunny, and only a 20% chance of some showers Friday. And then there's Saturday. I'm sorry. The weekend gets here, and so does the next round. Cloudy, still 78 for your Saturday, but we're talking about a really good chance of some showers and maybe some pretty decent thunderstorms with a 90% shot. So we'll certainly focus on that towards the latter part of the week as far as the weekend holds. But Saturday is not shaping up so nice. Definitely nice and warm, but otherwise not. And then we hit a little bump in the road, 69, which is only bad compared to 80, not compared to the last several weeks. 69, mostly sunny, a 50% chance of showers and storms for the latter half of your weekend. Monday, low 70s. Tuesday, mid 70s with some sun and still shower chances that we just can't shake. All right, we're going to start off the last segment of the show with a little sit down with a friend of ours, and we're gonna have one of these sit downs with Miss Zoe Howard over the next 3, 4, maybe 5 nights. I'm not really sure yet. Just as long as I have good material, and I've got a lot of it until we run out. I had to sit down with her yesterday morning to take a listen to at the same time the 5 tracks off of their new album Zoe Howard and Yellow Line have put together. Music is for Groovin', the album, and just released everywhere over the course of the weekend, has already been making and getting some traction in the music industry and, of course, to local ears as well. And just before she headed back to U-Pike on Monday morning, she stopped here in studio for a little catch-up. And I'll only do this little intro one more time because I did mention it on Friday. And we're going to kind of pick up where we left off with the next few interviews that we have for the next few nights. But, it was 2020 when Zoe and Yellow Line came out with their first album, and then they had a single follow-up to that the next year, Walking Each Other Home. And then they got to record at Sun Studios and that historical event. And fast forward to now, they spent the last several months, good part of a year, working on what you see before you, not just the artwork, but the content therein. And she tells us about each of those songs in the interviews that we have that we're going to play for you each and every night until they're all done. That's going to carry us through the end of the week, I am most certain.
Me and my guys have been working on this album for the past 8 months. So yeah, we started back in July, I believe. And ever since then, that's whenever we got together, we wrote these pieces, we composed these pieces, and we put so much hard work and effort into these pieces. I feel like it's more put together than anything else that we've released. and it's different. It's a different genre. It's not just country music. It's not just bluegrass. But we tried to have every single song different. It's not just one genre.
It's not. Indeed, it's not. And there's one track on here that she sums up as bluegrass funk. And, putting funk music together with bluegrass is not something everyone does, but Zoe Howard and Yellow Line can do it, and they do it well.
These songs all came together. Like, for an example, Nicotine was one of the first ones that I wrote, and I recorded it with Dead Street Productions first. We had an acoustic songwriter session, and I recorded that one with them, just solo. And I wanted to really bring it alive and add all my guys to it and make it more fuller. And so we really worked hard on it, and we've critiqued it and made it better. But with Nicotine, it's really about what the name says it is. It's about a guy who's he loves to smoke, and his woman doesn't feel like he needs to be smoking all the time, and she's wanting attention. And that's what I really like to write about, is stories about other people in my life, and I really pay attention, and I like to grab their experiences and stories and put it into a song.
It's driving me insane that he's in love with this nicotine, but I'm real jealous of those in his pockets. He's always carrying them around, but it's bringing me down that he's in love with this nicotine. A little green grass never hurt no one. You can lay at night and still see the sun, but you're so messed up with that nicotine that I wish you were addicted to me. You're so messed up with that nicotine that I wish you were addicted to me. Da 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 da. I guess I'm okay with that nicotine. A little buzz never hurt no one, but I am someone who's in love with a man who's in love with this nicotine. But she can never steal him away from me.
Tomorrow will be another day and another track and another conversation with Zoe, and another night that I hope you'll be with me. Thank you for watching.